Hi folks, if you like these videos, please subscribe now. Hello there guys, here's a quick recording showing my Nexus 7 again. Some people have asked about the battery issue and how they can try to resolve this, so now that I've got my Nexus 7 sort of back available and in a position where I can take it apart, let's do so again. So I'll just clean the screen and all the smudges of that to start with, but right, so what I'll do, let's get a reasonably soft surface down there, and that should hopefully protect the device. You'll notice I've got one of these cheap eBay rubber sticky pads on the back. It's good for gripping. It stops it sliding around, and when you put it on the desk it stays. It's a bit dirty at the moment, but if I place that on that pad it'll pretty much stay there. Really needs a clean at the moment though. But anyway, so taking apart your Nexus 7 is a case of getting into the edge here. I've got reasonably long nails, so where I usually start is down at the bottom opposite the headphone adapter. If you start down there and work your way in, you might hear the clips unclipping. So we can start splitting it open. So when we get to that sort of point, that's most of it done. You can just lift it away and inward and it'll come apart. Comes apart reasonably easily. Not difficult at all. You'll notice a couple of things in here. First thing I'll comment on, I've got an NFC tag taped under here. I just use this for switching tethering mode on and off, as my device isn't capable of 3G, so I tether it to my phone. I just stick an NFC tag in there, and that gives adequate connection. That just sits right beside the headphone socket, so it's just right in there. Works quite well, works fine. Anyway, so that's enough for that. That's the NFC tag. You'll see here my battery's already taped in place. I've previously taped this in. Now, by way of proving the situation, the best thing to do here would be to firstly identify the problem that we have with Nexus 7s. Nexus 7s will have issues with this connector coming loose. It's quite a frustrating situation. It can happen to any Nexus 7 at any time. I'm just trying to see if my Nexus 7 is awake or not, or if it's powered off. Yep, it's actually on at the moment. So let me just unlock it. I'll just press the power button. Come on, if I can press the power button. I love it when a plan comes together. And power off. So I'll just switch this device off. The screen's very dark there because the way I've got the exposure set. If I angle this at the moment, you'll see I've got an LED light on top of the camera there. That's putting light down here, and if I turn it that way, you'll see there's another light there. So I've got a lot of light coming down here, so you might not see the display. Anyway, back to the Nexus. So I've got tape across here on the battery. The main reason we do that is sometimes this connector can work loose. If this connector works loose, it'll stop your Nexus 7 switching on. Best thing to do, tape this in place. First thing first, if you unplug this connector, the easiest way to do it is just to gently just tease it left, right, left, right, left, right, and it'll come out. It's a very simple removal feature, not a problem at all. There is a piece of tape underneath the battery here. Best to carefully just peel that out, and then when you've got the battery completely removed, place it in this gap as tight to this side of the metal frame as you possibly can. So just push it in so there's a big gap here. There must be 2 or 3 millimeter gap down the edge between the metal and the battery. So put the battery in place, stick it down as close to this side as you can. I then put some bright green luminous gaffer tape across there. and then at that point you can put this connector back in. So it's literally, again, it's just a case of putting it in place. It will slide in relatively easily, and then that's it. It clips in. It usually goes in first time, no real difficulties. You'll notice now you've got a little bit of spare cable here that is bulging away. That's fine, that's good, because the last thing we need is this battery to slide that way, stress the cables and pull the connector. That causes all end of problems. So that'll do. That's enough on how the battery and everything works. General description of the inside of the Nexus 7, I suppose. Now you'll see these gold coloured tags around the back here. We've got a pair there, a pair there, a pair there, and there's also one that goes there, but that's just shielding. This pair here at this corner is for the GPS antenna. So when you put this closed, you'll see the GPS antenna. You've got the metal tags there. That's the GPS antenna, gold-plated pins. The next pair across, this is the NFC pair. So those tags, those gold tags, do NFC connection. The next down the side here, I forgot about these ones, did I? No. This is the Wi-Fi antenna. So 2 gold pins right there, that's the Wi-Fi antenna. Coming round the side, here's this one on the edge. That's the one that goes there. That's the general shielding that just shields onto the back. Working your way further down, there's one down at the bottom corner here. Again, that just seems to mount onto the shielding at the back of the actual device itself. And I think that's us with all of the gold plated pins. Yes, that's all the gold plated pins. So on the Nexus 7, we've got the metal frame, we've got the USB connector held in here with a couple of screws, we've got the headphone socket down here as well. We've got all the screws around the frame. Interestingly, a lot of people are commenting that this screw here is never actually installed. It's not actually installed on my device either. It's just an empty hole at that stage. So, don't honestly know if that's the way things are meant to be or not. Doesn't really matter to me. But anyway, that's a quick run round the Nexus 7. You'll see the buttons here as well. These 4 buttons here. So we've got power, volume up, volume down, and the mysterious unidentified one. Mine says reset on it. But if I hold it, pretty much nothing happens. That's whether it's powered on or powered off or anything like that. It appears to do absolutely nothing. So it looks like it was well, never programmed into the system. Anyway, if your Nexus 7 is not switching on, you've got problems with battery charging, you've got problems with all sorts of issues, flickering screens when trying to power it on, all sorts. Get that battery connector checked. If that seems to be, just take it out, put it back in again. If that solves the problem, unpeel your battery from the machine, put it back in as tight to that side as you can, tape it back in place, push the connector in, everything should be fine from there forward. If you don't trust your tape, you might want to put some packing down there just to hold that in place. But pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Putting the back on is just as easy as taking it off, really. Put it roughly in place, squeeze, and just work your way around the frame. Obviously don't squeeze the screen too hard, you don't want to cause any damage. But it's literally a case of just work your way around, squeezing as close to the edge of the frame as you can. Again, that'll minimise the chances of damaging the screen. So there we go. That's the Nexus 7 taken apart, put back together, smudged up the screen and everything again. But that in itself should hopefully help you resolve your battery issues. I'll switch this one back on again. So that's it lighting up there. You can't really see it as the way I've got the camera set up here, but let me just change the exposure on the camera slightly. Easier said than done. Here we go. So I'll change exposure on the camera. As he knocks everything flying. And we'll adjust the lights. We'll just take the lighting level down so you can hopefully see the screen now. Going to be harder to get focus on this at the moment, but I take it it's going to be relatively close. But the Nexus 7 is starting up from scratch. That's it up and running. The time and everything's on the display. Seems to be working absolutely fine. So I'll just go into one of my restricted profiles and unlock that, and we're into the device, seeing exactly what we would expect to normally see. Okay, so there you go, Nexus 7 battery fix. Hopefully this video will help you get things up and running, help you resolve any problems with your Nexus 7. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe. I'll be uploading loads of bits and pieces like this over the time. A variety of subjects, usually electronics and technology and weird and wonderful stuff. Nothing amazing, because I don't do amazing, but you know, should be good fun all the same. Look back. Thanks very much for your time. Bye bye.